full of catwalks and cushies and beds. This is the building that the Cove cats spend 4 months out here during the hard part of the winter, because we can winterize this, whereas Cats Cove we cannot winter that one. So this winter when they come in is going to be super duper nice for them.
Okay, and who do we have here, Jackie?
This is Mew. This is Mew. Mew came, goodness sakes, probably 4 or 5 years ago. A boy. And the first week or two that he was here, all he did was, he wouldn't let me touch him at first, but all he did was mew, 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 mew. So every time I'd go out on the farm ground, he'd be following me. And then one day he decided we were okay. And now we're all good friends. So that's Mew. He's one of the 6 sun porch kitties. Aren't you, Mew? Maybe in here. Oh, here's Hank. Oh, Hank's up. Hi, Hanker-Panker. This is Hanker-Panker. I call him Hanker-Panker. He's probably our oldest sun porch, one of the 6. He's been here the longest. He's been here, gosh, probably 5, 6 years maybe. He's showing some signs of age. We love him. Hi, Hank. You gonna come over? He's our short hair boy. Short hair gray boy. Hi there, buddy. Come here. Want to show him? He's got an eye that has some discoloration on his right eye. He also has some gooms that are receding a little bit, so it makes it look like his fangs are hanging down. So we love him. Oh, and here's another one. This is Olaf. Hi, Oli-Poly. This is Olaf. So this is number 4 out of the 6. You look kind of scraggly today. Olaf is my buddy. I love him. He's handsome. I tell him that all the time. Brown tiger boy. He's been here probably 3 years, and he came as a very young adult, so he's not very old either. Sometimes people have just pulled up into the driveway and dumped cats off, so we test them, vaccinate them, worm. They get monthly flea prevention. Everybody is neutered, and so we take very good care of them. They have the sun porch that they can stay in, and they also have this shed over here, the red one, and on the bottom right you can maybe see a hole cut out that they can go in there anytime they want. And inside there is cat furniture and cushies and beds, and they have it nice. And in the winter time we put 2 big heat lights in there too. Oh, oops, sorry, Ola. No, the one we're missing, the one in there is Big Al then. The one we would be missing is Cliff. And he has actually a cleft palate. His lip, I'll show you Al. Hi, Al. I got hair in my mouth. I wonder why. This is Big Al. This is the inside of the sun porch. And it's kind of cool in here. It's nice. They got a fan in here. They got blankies and cushies, and this is the entrance into the clinic, and when we are actually in the clinic, they can come into the clinic. But Al is awesome. He came here probably, 3 years ago, and he would not let us touch him for love nor money. And I remember it real clear. It was in October, and all of a sudden, he just decided that we were okay, and now he's the biggest lover bugger. But up until then, it was hands off and run away, and was like a different cat. So that's Big Al, and he's a 17 or 18 pound boy. Aren't you, buddy? And he's been here probably like 3 years. Yeah, you're pretty handsome. We love you.
Oh, another big yawn.
It's so warm. They're all kind of sacked out here. So the one we're missing is, these are 5 brand new chickies. Somebody couldn't keep them any longer, and they brought them in. I love our hens. They egg layers. Oh yeah, big egg layers. Come on, chick. Come on, girly girls.
You keep getting many more, you can start selling eggs to help
Well,
support.
I just keep giving them away. The volunteers love them. Anybody that comes, we just give them away to everybody. There we go. A little sticky. You know what? I think it'll be fine. They don't want to go anywhere anyhow. And can you see that young peacock over here on the right by the branch? That little branch fell down. That's one of our youngsters. Now next year, I think we have 5 of them that are all about that same age, and they think they're all big and bad. Now there's another one, but we've got 5 of them that are 2-year-olds, and so next year they will get their long feathers. Hi, girly girls. Yeah, these are some of the new ones. Yeah, come on.
You all think it's feeding time.
They're so sweet. Here comes the others. Come on, girls. And then these 7 here are the only black and whites. And then the rest of the group, there's probably about another 12.5 that are the gold chickies, the gold girls. Oh, there's another one. There's 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are black and white. Maybe they brought an extra one I didn't know about. But these are my favorites. These are 2 different breeds here. And they do great in the winter. You know, we've got a lot of coops out here and barns, and they go in when they need to, but they are out every day, whether it's snowing or not.
And I think there's your big peacocks under the bush.
Yeah, now the big males, we have 2 mature males right now.
I think they're both under the bush.
Yeah, but they don't have their long feathers now. They've been dropping them. They drop them in July usually, and then in December they start growing them again. Oh, that one's actually a girl.
Oh.
Now, the 2 boys are over here. That one there is one of the mature boys, and this one over here is the other mature boys. We have, 14 peacocks altogether. But in the last month, you guys might have all seen us carrying peacocks' feathers in, and they drop them in July. But in December, they start all over again. By January, they're in full plume. we have our following. Come on, girls, you gonna come with us? So this is Kitty City, or excuse me, this is Cat's Cove. Hi, who's crying? So this big one here, this one is the one when I did wildlife rehabbing. This is where the young adult birds of prey would go in, and they would fly. They could fly in there to build up their wing strength. So now we turned it into Cat's Cove, and then over here is where I did the real juvenile birds of prey, and that's now called Feline Field House. And then we connected the 2 with a runway here, so the cats can go in between there and get away from each other. And 2, sometimes 3 days a week, we actually open the door, and the cats, it's kind of cool when we do that. They just pop, pop, pop right outside that door, run out. We leave them out 3-4 hours. They run around the farmyard like crazy cats. And then we call them back for supper, and they come right in. We don't have any trouble with them coming back. What are you doing? Oh my God.
There's a bunch of them out in the middle.
Yeah, they're over here. And these guys also, they all have names. They've, they must be drying a rug in the mop out here. They all have names. They've all been vaccinated. They get wormed twice a year. Hi, Jonah. They get flea prevention on them every single month, and of course they are all neutered and spayed. This one here, the 3-legger, that's Jonah. He was actually the first boy. He's the reason that we have Cat's Cove. When Dawn and I used to board dogs, he had come in, somebody brought him in as a stray. He was so horribly injured, and we just loved him, so we kept him, and unfortunately he started spraying. So we kept wondering, what are we going to do? So we decided to turn the old the birds of prey home into Cat's Cove. So he's the reason, and he's wonderful. He loves it. Curious George, or Sea George, he's that big whale of a white cat, white and gold cat there. He's got a little skin cancer that we've been working on a little bit. It's just what it is. And he came into us skinny as a rail, and boy, something happened to him.
The cancer doesn't seem to be...
It is progressing a little bit.
But it doesn't seem to be...
Discomfort?
Yeah.
None at all. Absolutely not. Simone, the brown tiger there laying down, he came in. If any cat ever came in here that looked like it was leukemia positive, it would have been Simone, the brown cat laying down. He probably had 30, 40 wounds on him, skinny as skinny could be. One eye was already missing, but he's an awesome boy. I love him. He's fine. He's healthy. He was negative. Timothy here, the brown tiger white, he did 2 years ago when soon after he arrived here, and we put him in there about 3 months after he arrived, he disappeared. And we didn't see him for 4 months. And somebody finally called me one day and asked me if I could take this tiger white, lived a couple miles up the road. And I told him we were so full. But the more she talked, it was like, gosh, I wonder if that could be Timothy. And she brought him over, and it was. So we put him back in, and now he goes and comes. He never, ever not comes back again. He says, I want to stay here. The big Buffy one, that one's a wonderful kitty, the peachy color one. Sylvan is the gray tiger. Over there is Charlie. You can't really see him. He's laying down. LaDonna. The two torties are Madonna and Lily. This one's Lily. Madonna's the other one. They're kind of, well, and then you haven't seen Savon. She's the tank. She's the tank girl, where George is the tank boy.
Is this her here?
The long hair is Oliver. Who's down there laying there? Oh, that's Jonah again. We can go in and show you inside. Welcome. Digging down, even though the scroll looks like here.
George.
You know, this place is scrubbed down top to bottom once a week, and then every day it's swapped and kept up with any problems every single day. So it never goes a day without some kind of cleanup. Yeah, Georgie's there. The black one is Riley. One of the volunteers found him and brought him in. The black and white one is Honey. She has some chronic skin problems that we have to deal with. But they can go way up high. We've got cushies everywhere. Lots of the furniture has been brought out here, the cat furniture. We have how many out here? There are 16 out here. Yeah, they're cute too. Like, oh, this is Roland. Roland is this one. And we call him Roland because he will roll and roll and roll on the floor. He's the one everybody likes because you can shop back him. You can shop back his tail, you can shop back his feet, and he just lays there and absolutely soaks it up. You are a doll, aren't you, Roly Poly?
He's the one that's got the big, big paws.
He does have super big paws. And, you know, for the most part, they get along pretty good. Here's Savon. She's our big girl.
Oh, sorry, baby.
It's okay, Simone. This is Savon. This is the one Greg likes to pick up and jiggle. Oh my goodness, Savon, you're so big. We do brush these guys, not as much or often as what we do the inside ones, but we do brush them at least once a week. I know Martha's out.
Hi, George.
They're her. These are,
sweetie.
well, these Martha's these are her guys, we always say. Do you remember the very first pirate ship that we got?
Yeah.
That's it down there on the end. It lost a lot of parts, and now we've just turned it over and the kitty's teeth in it. Out here. What you doing there? So they oh, you know what? He's the one I wanted to check his little sore. They do squabble in here every once in a while. We have our little shares of tiffs. Like this one had gotten a bite wound on it, but it's okay. Aw, George. Hi there, Jonah. So once a year, well, twice a year, they transfer. So one, you know, usually in November, they go up there to Kitty City. That's where they spend their 4 months. And at that time, we go through everybody and make sure their worming's up to date, their distemper's up to date, redo their flea prevention, trim their nails, clean their ears, check their teeth, things like that. And then when they come back out here again in April, we do that all over again. Make sure everything is current on them. And then throughout the summer, every single month they do get their flea prevention. So we love them. These are just the crew, the guys. Although there's a few girls in here, but we call them the guys. Savon or Sylvan. you know, we can't adopt these guys out because most of these have potty problems. And so we never ever knowingly adopt out anybody that might have a potty problem. And then some of them came to us as out and out outside cats, never, you know, would like it indoors. So this is the next best thing. But they do get outside. Who's that?
Boy, look at that big belly.
And she's proud of it. You guys, it's potties. And so what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. We got 14 of the 16 right out here with us. This is John. I love him. He's my oldest one out here.
And the other, no, you must only have 13.
Oh, then I bet I counted George 3 times. So there's 13 in here and 3 right there. But I love it when we leave them out. We just fling that door open, call them first, fling the door open, and it's just like boom, 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 and they're out of here.
How often did you say you had?
Usually 2 to 3 times a week. Yep, and they get out for, you know, like an entire afternoon each time.
You don't have to call us for chasing the chickens?
No. Well, they go after them. Or the peacocks. I remember one time we had some peacock little chicks, and they were over here when we had a garden there. One of these guys went after one of the chicks, and the mama came over, and honestly, I think it was Jonah that was doing that, and that mama went like this and picked up the fur on Jonah. Boy, I'll tell you, that teaches him a whole lot of respect. But no, they all get along just fine. We don't have any trouble with them. Sometimes Hank, the gray one up there, if we have baby bunnies, he's kind of hard on the bunnies, but other than that, everybody gets along real good. Yeah, we love you guys, don't we? So when people come, we love it that they come out here too. And a lot of times when they come out, we give them a packet of Temptations. So when you come out, you have to take that out here because they know it. And when we come out with the Temptations, we don't just usually throw it out. We put some here and some in there and some in there. So after we've gone, we've laughed. They have something else to do. Hi dear, how's my buddy? Yeah, he's a good boy. Oh, smart move there. Good choice. Walk away. Okay, Jonah, you're digging in. You ready? Huh? We can't let you out today, y'all. I think Monday you guys will get out. I think Jody 14. You got Jody 1. You do. You do. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay, this is where I could come out. See that now. This would be the best. Actually, on the other side, in the field house when we have a bed in there. If anybody can't find me, it's because I have a book and I'm in here. But don't tell anybody. Do you want to take a quick view of the farm? Big red barn. When we first moved here, there was nothing out here except the old little gray barn there. And one of the reasons we wanted to move out here was that was when I was doing the wildlife rehabbing and we needed to be out in the country rather than inside. So most of these animals are rescues. There's peacocks down there and there's a guinea hen. Some of the ducks are there, the chickens. And in this corral area, you probably can't see it, but in that little brown shed, I see the llama is in there, and I would be willing to bet the goat is in there. We used to have 6 horses and donkeys and lots of goats, but we've cut back. We've cut back on them. There's just so much care to do, and only so many hours of the day. So we've got 5 acres. Where the trees are at the back there is where the backwater is of the Auglaize River, and it's beautiful back there. That's where the ducks and the geese go down there every day, a couple times a day. I've seen them, and take a swim.
Unless they decide to slip out and go out the road, and Kurt has to go send them back.
Well, the peacocks once in a while will. The ducks won't. So over here is where we have lots of tubs at for the ducks and the geese, but you know, we freshen that every single day, but they all do. All the ducks and the geese do go down to the backwater and take a swim every day. And then underneath the pine tree there is where the lone rooster is. We have one rooster for all these girls, so he thinks he's pretty big. Big, bold, and bad sometimes. No, he's actually a wonderful boy. He would never hurt anybody. He's a great boy. We've got a couple different kinds of geese over there. And you know, it's amazing because come winter, even when it's so awful weather here, these guys all come out every single day. They are out in this.
What color was the one you said we were missing? The cat we were missing from the sun porch?
Gold. No, now the cats that you see out here, that one there, that gold one belongs in the gray barn. That's Beach is his name. We've got 6 or 7 of them that live in the gray barn, and then in the big red barn there's a feral colony there, but it's I think we've only got 6 of them. That was a mother and a whole litter and a couple others, but everything that we trap here in way of cats, because unfortunately people do come out at night and dump their cats, so we do set traps, and when we catch cats we do test them, neuter them, vaccinate everything that we can, because a lot of them are feral, and then we re-release them out here in the farmyard. Isn't that a handsome rooster? He's so proud. He is. Every once in a while we'll get a tail feather from him too. So this is the farmyard. Hey, Chicky boy. You gonna come over? Chicky boy, come here. Come here, big boy. He says, no, I gotta find my girls. Can you imagine what a rough life that is, rounding up all those female chickies every day? They sure give us a lot of eggs, though. It doesn't, he does. He's a strutter. Yeah, we hear ya. Oh, he's a beaut. He's a nice boy. Nothing, when people want to come out here and visit, we just tell them it's okay, because there's nothing out here that will hurt anybody. You know, the rooster's nice. Everything out here is, but we do tell them there is no chasing. This is their home. They have to be respectful. So kids have to have adults, and absolutely no chasing any of these guys out here. Oh, Greg. Or maybe he's going to Cat's Cove. Hi, girlie. Everything okay? Oh, here's some. The gold ones. Hey, girls. Oh, there's our boy. Listen to them talking to each other. Aren't you pretty? Yeah, they know Greg. They'll all make their way over there. Better go in. Greg might be feeding. We have a little banny. Well, I thought it was a banny rooster. I was told it was a rooster. Little banny. It's only probably about 7 inches tall, but it's actually a hen. Now these chickens that you might see that are missing lots of feathers, you're going to get sunburn. You better stay in the shade. Those came from different places where they were in smaller areas and they feather picked a little, but that will grow in here. They'll be fully feathered. What are you doing, big boy? Here comes some more. He can strut his stuff, can't he? The cats say it's too hot to get up and watch him. These chickens, they love canned dog food, cat food. So in the winter, when it's kind of hard, we always give them 2 cans of some real, anything generic food, and they just gobble it up. a hard worker. Hot out, isn't it? Hey, that's a great idea.
Paul's gonna kill me, but it's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
these girls here.
No, we have electricity, but we don't have water in there. Gosh, Greg, I like that idea. That's okay.
Paul needs something to keep himself busy.
Yeah, he's out at my mom and dad's right now. What are you doing, Lola? What are you doing, big boy? The only thing we really have trouble with is, the occasional fox out here. But none this year. None this year. Last year we had a real problem.
Okay.
The orange kitty, the orange kitty there that's laying there, that's Cliff. That's the 6th of the 6 sun porch kitties. He's a little shy. When he first came, actually when he first came, he took off and I didn't see him for probably 2 weeks, and now he has never left again. But he again, like the others, neutered, vaccinated, all those things. But if he would, maybe there when he faces you, you can see a little bit. He's got a cleft lip. Yeah, he's got a cleft lip, which is why we name him Cliff. Doesn't cause him any trouble, does not need any medical care. Very, very unusual. I think this is the first one our vets had seen. And but he does just fine. So his name is Cliff. And when he does let you pet him, though, you can't, he just won't let you go then. But it's always on Cliff's term.
Did you get the doggies?
There's
they hear the dogs at night, and they got dogs there too?
Yeah, sometimes I have to get up and leave them out during the night.
Yeah, we've seen that, especially Jazzy.
Yep. The little black one, Cammie, that's Cammie. She came from a rescue. We actually took, I think it was 13 dogs off of a property a year and a half ago. When she came, she weighed 17 pounds, had 4 puppies on her, and couldn't even lift her head up. It was the saddest thing. I just cried and cried with her. And I'll never forget her 3rd day here. I went in her room. I kept her and the babies in June's room, and I sat in there and I pulled her in my lap. And that girl had probably never had a hug before. Now she's chubby and she loves to be loved on, and her tail never stops. So that's Cammie. And then the big black one is, come here, Jazzy. Come on over here. Okay. The big one is Jazzy, and that's another girl. And she's a Great Dane mix. She also was a rescue. She was a bag of bones when she came in. She was also heartworm positive. Cammie was also heartworm positive when we got him. Diarrhea like I don't know what on Jazzy, but she does just fine now. She's wonderful. She's getting a little old for a Dane. She's about 8 years old. And you girls want to go in, don't you? Janie! Oops, Janie's behind the gate because Greg was feeding her. Janie's about, what is she? Maybe 4 years old. She's a Shih Tzu. And she was also another rescue. Didn't have quite the rough life as what Cammie and Jazzy had. But she's behind the gate so that she could eat her supper. Because otherwise the 2 black doggies would take it away from her. But these are the girls, or I call them the girly girls. And they love each other. And Jazzy, before I had Cammie, I had just Jazzy and Janie. And they are best buds. It is not unusual to watch them when they're sleeping, where Jazzy's laying on her side and Janie is on top of Jazzy, sleeping on her shoulder and her tummy, 100% off the ground, just sleeping on her dog.
Come on, Janie.
Come on, Janie girl. Here she comes. Hi, Janie.
I think they're all waiting on
I
Mommy.
think so. They need to go in. We don't want them to get too hot. Ready to go in? Come on, girly girls.